Kentucky's looking for a new basketball coach, but it's not going to be Nate Oats. He's on a mission to win a national championship at Alabama. Alabama football's on a mission to get back to the college football playoff, and they want to win a national championship with new coach Kalen DeBoer. More big-time prospects are there as Alabama gets ready for another practice today in the 8A game on Saturday. We're going to hit all that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. That's a great way of saying Roll Tide. And let's get this party started just like this. Here's your invitation, everybody. Roll Tide. What do you say, everybody, with big, sexy Elmo? You know him from WJLX Radio in Jasper, covering the eclipse yesterday like a glove. Brett Elmore, nice job. Nice
Where are
job.
you, Mick? Where are you, Mick? I didn't watch it with any glasses. I didn't have any. Am I staring right at you? No, I'm just kidding. That was a little cloudy here, but it got odd there for a little while. It kind of got a little darker, and kind of creepy, but apparently we're all still alive. We survived the apocalypse.
Yeah. I know. How funny. I'm at broadcaster Mick Gillispie here on the Tailgate channel. But yeah, I was waiting for a big explosion, and all we got was Calipari to Arkansas and rumors of Nate Oats possibly going to Kentucky, even with an $18 million buyout. We were wondering if there was a possibility that he would leave. That Kentucky job, it's a good job, but it's a demanding job. Their program isn't as good as Alabama's right now, but they have a lot of resources. And last night, Nate Oats made it clear he's staying in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, put out that statement on Twitter, our X, formerly Twitter, saying that he's committed to the team and winning a national championship in Alabama, contrary to all those rumors that are flying around that he may be leaving and going somewhere else, a.k.a. Kentucky. He's not going anywhere. Probably because his buyout's $18 million, and that's pretty expensive. Some other names there to watch. A guy down south by the name of Pearl. He's going to be in the mix. His buyout's $7 million. Scott Drew's buyout is $4.5. $4.5 million for Scott Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy Donovan being mentioned, leaving the NBA, coming back to the college game at Kentucky. If he wants to come back to the college game, this would be a pretty good spot. What do you think, Mick? With his experience in the SEC and going to a blue blood program like that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and I think that's obviously a possibility. You get that NBA experience, and it's really tough to win in the NBA unless you have, superstar players. Donovan won at Florida. Think about what he could do at Kentucky, even with the high standards. And I think everyone's still kind of shocked that this actually happened, right? That Calipari would just bolt for Arkansas, but he wasn't very popular in Kentucky. And I don't blame Kentucky fans. I mean, they weren't getting a whole lot for their money. And the way that team played and the game that I watched in the tournament was just not good enough. I would be upset too. So we'll see what they get, but they're going to have a lot of resources. I figured they would probably make a strong push for Nate Oats. I would if I was them. I totally believe in him.
Yeah, I do too. Kentucky is off the hook with this. They were going to have to pay him $32 million to fire him. Now they owe him nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked out well.
And Cal was miserable in Kentucky, and the fans were miserable with him. I've got a friend who lives in Kentucky, a big Kentucky fan, and he was celebrating 2 nights ago. I mean, really, he called me at like 10:30 at night, and he was like, Oh, all right. Finally, we're rid of Cal. And I was like, well, who are you going to get now? He was like, oh, well, I'd like to get Nate Oats. And I was like, you're not getting Nate Oats.
Yeah, like, sorry about that, pal.
Sorry about that, pal. But I think he's, I think he's happy where he is. And Calipari, he goes to Arkansas thanks to Tyson Foods and the Tyson family. So all those dinosaur chicken nuggets your kids are eating is paying his salary.
Yeah, no doubt. It's interesting when you talk about some of the guys that are out there in Alabama's after, and one of those guys is Micah DuBose, who all of a sudden the 4-star from Vigor that was committed to Georgia is in play right now. And you hear different things, like I don't know, like where this guy could end up, right? It's been since December that he decommitted from Georgia, but in Tuscaloosa, visited Alabama. He looks good with Alabama on his Twitter feed, and you wonder with him wearing that Alabama gear, and there it is right there. The Tide, as soon as this coaching staff hit the ground, he was one of the first guys they ran to.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those dudes. He's a big dude, 6'5", 315 pounds. He's one of those Vigor wolves from around your territory. Class of 2025, and guy even at and I think we've talked about this before. Even at 6'5", 315, he plays basketball and competes in track and field. Probably more of the field part than track. But yeah, he throws the shot put. But played a lot of left tackle as a freshman back in a few years ago, and that's when Vigor won the state championship. I believe that was his freshman season. But big time recruit, and hopefully he'll make the track up to Tuscaloosa. Like I say, 6'5", 315. A lot of people think he's going to go to LSU. I don't know.
Yeah, right. But posted a picture wearing Alabama gear. You see him on there. Hey, blessed to get that offer. This is one of those old school fashion, Mobile, Alabama battles between Alabama and LSU for a player.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up, because if that is like a territory there that Alabama needs to take a stranglehold on and dominate, that area is so rich in high school football and talent. There's down in that part of the state, and you don't need to let an LSU or even a Florida State now, since they're kind of close to that area, come in and try to get some of these kids. You need to put a stranglehold on that area.
Yeah, right. So we'll see what happens here. This is a battle to keep an eye on, because I think the Crimson Tide are a lot closer than some experts say. And, although, he was going to go to Georgia, then LSU. I just got this feeling that he's going to end up in Tuscaloosa, but we'll see. Got another guy that made a visit to Tuscaloosa, Juice Gordon. I love that nickname, Juice. We need some Juice guys on the Alabama team.
We had Kool-Aid, now we'll have a Juice.
Yeah, right. A little bit healthier. Juice.
A little healthier,
Kool-Aid.
Not as sugary, but maybe a little more salty.
Yeah.
I don't know. Out of Jackson, Jackson's another program that's always had a lot of tradition, but he's class of 2026, so he's a little way out there, but they have him listed as an athlete. 5'11", 176 pounds. I think he's playing a lot of DB. I think it's safety. Florida's offered him, Georgia's offered him. Just about everyone in the SEC's offered this kid. So it's just that recruiting war, baby. You got to love it. And once again, we say it a lot. You got to keep those Alabama kids inside the state.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, you love the guys from California and everywhere else, but
Yeah.
you got to build the foundation with the local guys, and this is a guy that you'd like to get. You got a couple years to work on it, and practice has really become the spot where recruits are having a great time making the visit to Tuscaloosa, getting an opportunity to look around, and obviously you've seen a flurry of guys commit to Alabama. Kalen DeBoer hasn't taken a step back when it comes to, stepping into the recruiting shoes of Nick Saban. And he's doing things his own way. I wanted to bring up the fact that Roll Tide Willie was at practice last week, along with Funny Mane. And it's like some people were not happy about it, and I'm saying,
I don't
hey,
I don't
man,
like it. I don't
you
like
don't,
it.
okay, so you're taking the you don't like it. See, I think that it's kind of part of the game these days, but why don't you like it?
I just don't like it during practice. I don't care if it would be during the summer in the weight room or just something that's, I just I'm not a big fan of it.
You're a traditionalist.
I am. I am, and there's places for that. I don't think the practice field's one of them.
Well, the sidelines.
Well, I know, but I just think it's disruptive. I don't like it. I think that if they want to bring in Willie, and his shticks is good. I like it. But there's a time and place for it. It's not on the practice field. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, how about media wasn't even allowed on the practice field forever, and
Yeah,
now.
on that with that, that's a different story. I think they should be allowed.
Right, right, right. Like you're out there trying to cover the team. It's nice to get out there, but now it's like the floodgates have opened. We got a lot of
Right. Yeah.
people
You
out
have the
there.
media who's standing over there in the very corner of the end zone or something, and then you've got Roll Tide Willie at the 50-yard line. This doesn't make sense to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, practice cranks back up today, a couple more, and then Saturday's the 8A game, and it's really exciting. You're hearing good things about Ty Simpson. Dylan Laudergan's turning heads, obviously Jalen Milroe. I can't wait to see the quarterbacks on
Yeah.
Saturday. What's Austin Mack going to look like? And I know we're going to see all four guys. We're going to get an opportunity to kind of just get a feel for what they bring to the table. But to me, I was surprised that Ty Simpson didn't transfer. And it sounds like he's starting to take a big step forward. And Saturday, that's one of the things I'm circling and saying, hey, I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yeah. Maybe there's a reason why he didn't transfer. He thought he had a good chance at winning the job.
Yeah.
Um, and we've said it before. We'll say it again. We have our starting quarterback, but that could change in an instant. And
Yeah.
I think there's a battle there, and we'll see how they all look Saturday. I guess we can officially call it game week. It is 8-day game week.
It sure is.
I'm going to call it that anyway. It is game week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested to see a lot of things. But quarterbacks obviously will be one we look at. I'd love to see the receivers, receiving core, and just kind of how we look in the new era of Alabama football.
What are you excited about?
I want to see the offense. I think the defense will be pretty good. I want to see this new. But I'm excited to see this team as a whole. I know that's a generic answer, but when you have a coaching change, you have so many different things that comes with that. And I just want to see this team as a whole out there on the field for the first time. That's probably what I'm most excited about, because you have folks like you and I who sit here and we talk about it all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and we really don't get to see it every day or whatever, just like everyone else. I want to see what's going on and see what this team looks like after going through just the spring, and then we could have some takeaways then.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Brett, tell everyone about WJLX and what you do in the mornings.
6 till 10 Central Time, WJLX1015.com. You can join us online. Join us if you're in my neck of the woods on 1015 FM, North Central Alabama on 102.5 HD3 and all the streaming platforms. Tune in. I'd love to have you. And we have a good time in the mornings.
Yeah, and guys, don't forget, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi, Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. You want to get out there and hit it like they do at the Masters. It's the Augusta you can play. They got the sports book, which would have been fun to have been there last night for the basketball game, but a lot of great things coming up there as well that you can legally bet on. It's like a Vegas-style sports book, table game slots, the spa, the water park, all of that at Pearl River Resort. Great lineup of musical acts as well, including Boys to Men and Lone Star and Big and Rich with Gretchen Wilson. So a lot of different ones. So, all right, guys, we'll roll tide. We're keeping an eye on things. And good news is that Nate Oats ain't going nowhere, Kentucky. So go ahead and sniff down at Auburn if you want a new coach. Roll tide.